Everybody got guilty pleasures. Mine just tend to catch me cases. Handcuffs, police inspections, lawyers, judges, allegations. Turn on your favorite station. You hear the same old song. I feel like dog, I'm about to drop the bomb. Throw one down, pass it around. Hey, what with me now? We running wild. Hey, and nobody can. We on the town. Hey, never come down. I never come down. Down, pass it around, hey. What with me now? We running wild, hey. Ain't nobody gang, we on the town, hey. Never come down, I never come down. Lose it, I might lose it. I might lose it. I might lose it. Lose it. I might lose it. I might lose it. I might lose it. Lose it. I might lose it.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. It's hard to imagine this not being a fun game to watch. It's the Seahawks going up against the Jets. So with that, let's get right out to the stadium. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis have the call on this Week 4 matchup.
All right, Larry, thanks. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, it's Week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Seattle Seahawks and the New York Jets. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Jets ball club. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, they've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be led out by Russell Wilson. Of course, he won a Super Bowl on this very field back in 2014.
And it had to be especially sweet because no matter how much he plays it off with people like you and me, hearing all the time that a quarterback of his stature, less than 6 foot tall, could not win a Super Bowl, and he played a big role in getting that done, has to be sweet to him.
Now we don't have to talk about small quarterbacks as much.
No, not nearly as much. They still have more to prove, but Russell Wilson's kind of the patron saint for them now. When he sees zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Lorenzo Molden coming in from that outside linebacker spot. He gets him down for a loss of 5. On third down, Wilson completes it to Marcel Reese. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
The goal of every offense is to move the chains, pick up first downs. A nice job finding an open receiver for a completion.
Jamal Charles back from the torn ACL. He gets the call here. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Now Wilson on second down. Flush to his right. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. And they thought they could exploit this defense with some really quick hitters, quick action. They worked on that in practice. We just saw it there.
And we saw them break it down to the fundamentals as well. Each position group had their own little work on it, you know.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Sheldon Richardson in there to sack him for a loss of 6. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a defensive player of the year at the other, and they just locked people down.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. Throwing is Wilson. And that is incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
And look here, it's an opening drive fake. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. And they lulled them to sleep a little bit there on defense. They were definitely expecting the punt. They fake it, and they get 6 points.
And what a bonus for the offense, because when they faked it, I think they were just trying to get a 1st down with this pass. Instead, they get a touchdown.
Here's Wilson. And that is going to be caught. And it moves the lead to 8-0. Well, I guess the opening drive touchdown wasn't enough. They wanted 2 instead of 1 on top of that.
Well, this team is obviously going for the crusher. All right, they don't want to mess around with just kicking the standard extra point and kind of letting you off the hook for giving up a touchdown. Now they want to really rub your face in it and say, guess what? We're going to be doing this all game long.
So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. And they're led out by their quarterback in his 12th season in the league and 2nd at the helm of the Jets. It's Ryan Fitzpatrick.
How about the career he's had? I mean, if he's hanging jerseys on the wall at his house.
He's got quite a few.
Quite a few, right? St. Louis, Cincinnati, right? Buffalo.
And Tennessee, Houston.
And now the Jets. And the offseason, boy, who knew how much he meant to a team? And you saw the reaction of the Jets players when they thought maybe Ryan Fitzpatrick wouldn't re-sign with them. They wanted him back in a big way, especially as receivers.
And the Buffet boys, the O-line. Hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Throwing again here, Fitzpatrick on 2nd and 10. And it's brought in by Eric Decker. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a big play that time by the Jets. 30 yards. They were ready for what the defense was showing. They had prepared for that look, recognized it, went straight to the air, got the first. Well done.
Love the recognition because you can prepare for everything. You can watch the tape and put together your game plan, but you still have to understand what they're doing in terms of what they're showing and be able to adjust accordingly, and they did exactly that.
From the red zone now, Fitzpatrick firing quickly here, and that's complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Second down, Fitzpatrick. That's complete right around the 8. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Still 1st down.
offense inside the 5 here at the 4. It's 1st and goal. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it?
I don't think even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Encroachment, defense. Still 2nd down.
On the ground, Forte. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. Another shot here from the 2 as they come up on 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease anywhere.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Matt Forte, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets are within a 2-point conversion of tying this thing up. And he's able to put it through. Able to punch it in on 3rd down. Makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Complete outright to Kearse. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll get 16 yards there. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st down.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. A 1st down carry here for Charles. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Now Wilson on 2nd down. And that's caught inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
Wilson, a dump off for Charles. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. Call it a gain of 13 yards on the play. And the decision to go for it pays off. They've got a 1st and goal.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. He was going for the tight end, Nick Vannett. That'll bring up 2nd down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop. All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempt.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Paul Richardson, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And the Jets set to take the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them?
Rush coming, and he's taken down. The two-time Pro Bowler, Bobby Wagner, in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted. 3rd and 11, 5 in the secondary now.
Nickel look. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. Drops it underneath to Forte. And he showcases the spin. A pretty good game before he's taken down. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you've got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They've got to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson, escaping the pressure right. Wide open receiver complete. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
Charles the lone setback. Now Wilson. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off on a great one, Darrelle Revis. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays for one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now a 2nd down throw for Fitzpatrick. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Marshall, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Still 9 yards to go on 3rd down. Off the play fake here, Fitzpatrick. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to air one out. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Offense.
So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up 1st downs.
To throw, Fitzpatrick. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Back out onto the field now. Here comes the Jet defense. They got a little steam following the interception the last time they were out there, Charles.
And they wanted to keep that going now because once you get one, he wanted to multiply and turn into a bunch more. And right now, they're putting up their version of a no-fly zone.
No-fly zone. That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play there for Seattle. 64 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. One quarter down, 15-7 is the score, and we will return to MetLife Stadium after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Head & Shoulders. Shoulders were made for greatness, not dandruff.
With Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Jets in possession as we begin quarter number 2 here. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving.
4 down. Hey, ready.
Play fake. It's Fitzpatrick. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Third and short yardage, Fitzpatrick. And this is going to be incomplete. The intended target, the tight end, Austin Seferian-Jenkins. And 4th down coming up. So on comes a field goal unit for the Jets. Here's Nick Folk. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And Folk's kick is good. And the lead slims to 5 now at 15-10. So a good kick there, and they finish off the drive with 3.
And that should be the goal for an offense, finish each drive with points. So that's a nice job there to come away with at least something.
This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
It's a pickup of 14 there, and it'll give the Seahawks a first down. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. So the offense lining up 1st and 10.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
It's caught on the left side by Kurz. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back. Second down now after the pass completion. Now Wilson on second down. This will be caught at about the 3. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. From the shotgun, Wilson. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
Well, Gardner, the hit sure looks like a simple route, but I think the issue with it is a lot of time when you're making that play, you're actually working your way back inside towards traffic where the big guys are coming from inside out, whether it's defensive ends or linebackers, and a lot of the time.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Jamal Charles, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Here's Hauschka for the extra point.
19.
Flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he will step out of bounds. Oh, what a mistake there. And the 2-point try will be unsuccessful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they will start out in great shape up very close to midfield.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
And New York set to take the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal. Where they got field goal last time, now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Again, they run. Again, it's Forte. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. So the carry that time for Forte, a man who turned 30 last December, Charles.
And he wants to make sure we forget about that with his new team, the New York Jets. But we do know that 30 is the dreaded age for runners.
And for now, Fitzpatrick hit. It's out. He lost the football.
Plays like this when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it.
And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. First down, Fitzpatrick. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route. and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
The defense came out with a look that they had prepped for all week to attack. They took advantage, got the first down.
And the key words in there, prepped for all week. They really studied them, understood their tendencies, knew what they like to do, and prepared their game plan accordingly. And boy, the payoff was good.
Ataba Rubin makes the stop.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved. On play action, Fitzpatrick. And this is complete. It's Marshall. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. They come out here in the I. From the 4, it's 2nd and goal. This is the running back, Powell. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved.
False start, offense.
So they're back at the 7 now for 3rd and goal. Throwing Fitzpatrick. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Trey Burton, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jets are able to make this a close game again.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. On the return, the old reliable Devin Hester, the veteran. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. Now Wilson on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator, but my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. That's like that at just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
13 yards on the pickup. And on 4th and long, somehow they're able to keep the drive going.
Brandon, I have one word for you after that completion for a 1st down.
Lucky?
analytics.
Well, the analytics say punt the football here.
So we're changing to analytics as we go, right? What a big-time play for them, and really took a big-time chance.
Yeah, big-time first half chance. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Going right side here, and that's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Offense readies for a 2nd and 1. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. Wilson will throw again. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. DeAndre Hopkins, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. A 10-play drive that time. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. This one fielded at the 5. He juked him. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
From the gun, Fitzpatrick letting one go deep for Enunwa. And that will be caught. But out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
Here's Fitzpatrick, and he'll find his man on the out route. That's Marshall. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
So it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Quincy Enunwa, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jets have made this a one-score game. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And the gadget play gets him into the end zone. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. They'll run it now out of the gun. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this short timeout. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Larry Ridley will have first half highlights and analysis.
LR, plenty to show in this one.
Going to be a busy man at intermission. On second down, Wilson. And that'll be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
On third down, Wilson. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Here's Wilson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. That one good for 12 yards. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
Now a play fake. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Lorenzo Malden able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of 3. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. To throw is Wilson. Flushed out right. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Being chased out left. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's into the clear. 30. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Following the interception here, Fitzpatrick. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Fitzpatrick now on 2nd down. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
3rd and short yardage, Fitzpatrick surveying the field. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. Quincy Anoon with the intended receiver, and that brings up 4th down. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Folk's kick is good, and that'll bring them back within a point. So a field goal here, they're still down, but they put a dent into that lead before the break.
And that's got to feel good because now they've seen that they can put some more points on the board, and that gives them a whole second half to get back to where they want to be, and that's in the lead.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. They isolate Hopkins on the left side. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this one is incomplete. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Larry.
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. The Jets have not been careful with the football. The Seahawks have to feel somewhat fortunate that those same turnovers haven't cost them more. All right, let's roll the highlights. Seahawks taking the field for their opening drive. And he capped off the 11-play drive with a TD. The lead now at 8. Pick it up early in the first. Decker's the target here, and the play will come to an end after a gain of 30. Same drive. Forte's looking for room to run, and he'll go in from 2 yards out. Jets trail now by 1. Third down from inside the 10. Middle of the field, Wilson finding his mark, and he finds his mark for the score. Seahawks go up by 8. Second and 2 coming up. Charles looking for room to run, and he'll go in from 2 yards out. The lead now at 11. Jets have it at the 2. Seahawks line up at the 3. Russell Wilson would find his mark in coverage, and he caps the drive with the score. The Seahawks go up by 11. Now they've got it at the 44-yard line. Broken coverage here on the pass play, and this long run goes for a touchdown.
All right, thank you, Larry. Plenty of intrigue to come. A one-point game as we get set for half 2. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And New York set to take the field. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Eric Decker, the intended target, and it's third down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
So here we go now, an extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete.
Not only was that a 3-and-out, it was their 3rd straight incompletion on this drive, and they didn't even think about trying to run the football. Now they have to give it up.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Here's Thomas. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. Wilson, they have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
A dump off for Charles. And he's brought down. It's a gain of 14 there. And that'll be good for a Seattle first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure, and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Paul Richardson with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the gadget play gets him into the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken about the 12. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And New York set to take the field. They start on the ground with Forte. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Partner, I think the easy thing now would be to just abandon the run and start throwing the football at all costs. But I've been in so many games where it doesn't work running the ball, and then something pops, and now you get something going. I'm not so sure to just abandon your game plan this early in the second half.
They stay on the ground. Forte again. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. So this is the 2nd consecutive week, as you look at the numbers, that he just doesn't seem to have the same pop as we normally see him with.
Is there an injury we don't know about?
That's what I'm wondering.
Because that's a legitimate question right now. We're used to speed, power, all coming together. And what I've always loved about him is his vision. You know, last week he didn't have that as well. Always thought he was picking the wrong hole to try and run through. And his blockers, they seem to be getting him to the right place, but he picked the wrong spot. We're seeing some of that again this week. Can they snap it together? Can they get back in sync? Because normally we see them go together very, very well.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Returnable for Thomas. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Buster Screen. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more, but a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
Now a 2nd down throw for Fitzpatrick. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It goes as a gain of 8 and moves the chains.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
On 1st down, this is Forte. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
On 2nd down, Forte. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
Got an open man. It's a noon one. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And Folk's kick is good. And that'll get the lead down to 5. So making 3 field goals for him now. And this last one tightens things up a bit.
And I know that offense is on the sideline right about now, checking out the tablets and saying, man, we let a good chance slip away there. We've got to start finishing some of these drives.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Face mask penalty, and Charles, you were a defender. You know sometimes in the heat of the moment, it's hard to keep your hands away from that face mask.
Sometimes you just get out of position as a defender when you're trying to make a tackle, so you end up flailing away, and your hand gets into the wrong spot.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd down and 4. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now Wilson on 2nd down. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Well, he flew past 200, 300, and 400 yards. Now he's over 450 yards passing on the day.
So what you're saying is oxygen for everyone catching the ball and trying to defend?
Yeah, especially those guys trying to defend right now.
No doubt. They've got to be a confused group because they haven't been able to defend him very well at all. And I think he just wants to keep firing. When you have that kind of a day, you're just locked in. Just keep calling those pass plays.
It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down. And quickly, they get to the line. Again, Wilson. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DeAndre Hopkins with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Hauschka now for the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. Five plays there on that drive. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. It's a short kick taken near the 18. Ooh, with a juke. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And time now for the Seahawk defense to take their spots again on the field. A field goal last time is what they gave up in a close game. All these drives start to feel so critical.
And they are. And, you know, we've met so many defensive coordinators who just really hate the bend but don't break mentality. They're much more of the aggressive school. But that mentality has won a lot of games. If you're only giving up field goals on drives, that usually keeps you in it and gives your offense a chance to retaliate.
Yeah, and right now it's got them with the lead. Second down, Fitzpatrick. Anunwa's got it, complete. That catch good for 5. It's third down. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
To throw is Fitzpatrick. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 52 yards. They're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Forced out to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep. Back over the middle. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
When teams take shots at the end zone, you've got to defend it the same way you would defend the 1st down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way. They can't cross that. You play through the receivers. And on that play, that's exactly what they did and batted it away.
Throw right side, complete to Williams.
Holding offense.
And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. And the offense looking to pick up the 1st down after the 2nd down incompletion.
A lot of teams love to throw screen passes. They want to tire out defenses because they make them run a lot. But there are a lot of moving parts on a play for an offense when they call that one. Because you got the linemen that have to move. You got the wide receivers have to get out and vacate. You got the running back that's got to make a little fake and then get out into the route. And of course, the quarterback, he's got to hold in there and know he's probably going to take a big hit before he lofts the screen off to the back.
And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Here's John Ryan now. On presumably to punt, though he did complete a pass earlier. And they're going to try this again. It's another fake. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And the fake will work. He's going to have a 1st down. It's a big play that time on the fake punt. And the decision to go for it pays off. They've got a 1st and goal.
Always enjoy a good fake, but I really enjoy it when he throws the football from punt formation. Now, you were a kicker and a punter in high school. Did you ever do that?
One time, threw to my man Tim Jones on a botched field goal attempt. Hit him right in the numbers. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. And he knocks it through. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Forte. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. So that tackle for loss by Michael Bennett. He was second in the NFC in that category last year with 19 of them.
Hard to believe that he went to his first Pro Bowl last year. I thought he would have gone earlier because his impact is always big on a game.
And in his 8th year now in the league. 11 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Quarterback and receiver on the same page, and they beat the man coverage.
Sometimes you get too aggressive as a defense. You go into man coverage. That means you've got to win at the line of scrimmage yourself. On that play, the offense did.
Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the 4th quarter.
Hey, tight end right. Watch tight end.
Marshall will be the lone receiver right. On 1st and 10, Fitzpatrick. And that's off the mark, incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You drop in 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Right there. 54 Check.
False start, offense.
So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long. 5 receivers in the game, 4 of them to the left side. Now a 2nd down throw for Fitzpatrick. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Simple slant route and part of a really nice hard throw by the quarterback.
Nice timing between the quarterback and the receiver. They were perfectly in sync, and he put it right on him on the inside route.
On 3rd down, Fitzpatrick. And he's got Decker, left side. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from the first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. It's a gain of 7, and on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
Well, this season's going nowhere. No reason not to go for it. And it's a rare success for them as they keep the drive alive.
Forte, the lone running back. Fitzpatrick on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A good pick up there of 20 yards. So an excellent throw and an excellent catch there.
Zone coverage, which means you just have to find the open areas in between defenders. That's exactly what happened on that play.
From the red zone now, Fitzpatrick. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Trey Burton with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Jets are able to close the gap just a bit. So he's hit pay dirt twice, but still they're facing that deficit here in the second half.
So they're going to see if they can continue to find ways to get him the football, because obviously something is working for him to find the end zone twice. In any event, however this turns out, he's going to be hard to deal with in the film room, isn't he? He's going to want to know why he's not getting more passes thrown to him.
Those big tight ends are getting greedy. Now Hester will get a shot. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field. On first down, Wilson. They'll roll him out right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So 2nd and 10 here. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On 2nd down, Jamal Charles. He takes this from the 30 to the 34. And in this situation with the lead, 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Complete. Richardson has it. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark, because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here, down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Really tough drive, but that run helped salvage something there, because now there's something positive that came out of it. They got to see good blocking, good push by the offensive line, wide receivers trying to get involved, a good run by the back. And now maybe it'll be a catalyst for them to look at going forward, watching it on tape. Maybe they can keep incorporating that type of a run into their offense. On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Wilson steps away to his left. And he comes back with one complete. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead. Confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. The strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. And his throw here's incomplete. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. On 3rd down, Wilson. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete. So Wilson will head to the sideline, and on comes Stephen Hauschka for the field goal. From the left hash, this from 46. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will make this now a 15-point advantage. So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the 4th.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give them some breathing room and lets them build up a little cushion.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now trotting back out with the rest of his offensive mates, the big tight end. And this is how the game has trended for him numbers-wise. He's really picked it up. And I got to be honest, I don't know schematically. This is where I need you. What does the defense need to do to get back to that start that they had on him?
You've got to harass him early in his route. Right off the line of scrimmage, someone needs to be there. So it's not what we call a free release where he just gets into the route so easily. Because once he builds up momentum and speed, forget it, you're done. Knock him off of that, chip away at his timing, and then make sure you have a second person there in the vicinity as well. Too big and too strong usually for one person to handle. Key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
I bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage. A nickel look by Seattle on third down.
Yep, 5 defensive backs now. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. And a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Fitzpatrick to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him now. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
2nd down here after the incomplete pass. Fitzpatrick again. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
On 3rd down, Fitzpatrick. And he's got a man open. That's Marshall. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
He loses 5 full yards to bring up 4th. To the air again, Fitzpatrick. And incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Forte, the lone running back. Now Fitzpatrick. Looking left sideline, incomplete. And the seemingly endless drive continues. Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved.
False start, offense.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
So here's 3rd and 20 with a long yardage. Defense going with a nickel look. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time. Fitzpatrick on 4th down. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. It's caught inside the 25. 26 yards on the pickup there. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st down. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. Now Wilson buying time to his left. He was trying to get it off to Jamal Charles there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. And on 2nd and 10 now. They come up in an offset eye. This is Charles. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down. And a new set of downs here after picking up the 1st on the ground.
Good, solid, strong run that not only gets them a nice chunk of yardage, but takes the clock under 4 minutes. And now they're going to play situational football. How many timeouts does the opposition have left? How many runs do they need to call to make sure they bleed out those timeouts? But even more importantly, mentally right now, they hold the advantage. They probably have them at the verge of breaking. And what they want to do is finish them off. My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws in the double.
In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, let's go for it and try and finish it ourselves.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A gain of 6 there on 1st. A good start there on this 4th quarter drive. They need more of what we just saw.
Down a couple of scores. There's still time, all right? It's not like they're totally out of it, but they have to score quickly, and they're going to need some big-time plays, chunk plays, explosive plays. They need yardage on each snap.
Sets up the screen to Forte. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. And out now come the Seahawks. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the...
Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They isolate Hopkins on the left side. Wilson wants to throw it. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away. Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. Dancing to his left. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. On is Hauschka now for the Seahawk field goal. And Hauschka's kick is good. And that will make this now an 18-point ball game. And you figure with that, this game's pretty well out of reach.
It would take a heck of a comeback at this point. Being 3 scores down, I think that's too much to ask with time winding down here in the 4th.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. And they're able to return this one all the way up to the 45.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play. Say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Fitzpatrick on 1st down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's brought down. It's a pickup of 19. And that leads to a New York 1st down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Fitzpatrick to throw it. Oh, the ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowl cornerback, Richard Sherman. There he goes left side. The 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word.
Yeah.
You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. Now Hauschka to tack on the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Seahawks defense heads back out there now. They haven't had their A game, but I guess because of their offense, they haven't really needed their A game, Charles.
No, they have not. They've done what they've had to do today, which is protect a pretty big lead. But it hasn't been the best day in terms of stuffing people and really shutting down an offense. Maybe one.
And down he goes. Fitzpatrick sacked. Bobby Wagner in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit.
Looking for Marshall, but it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
So now it's 1st and goal. They'll let Charles try and get him in. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. And now they're in the hurry-up. Oh, Wilson going to throw. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And it's a memorable catch because it's the single best reception performance in a game in league history.
How much fun has this been today for us, though, to watch this type of performance, Mr. Glue Fingers himself, establishing a brand new record in the NFL.
Shake it out, Reed. 14.
Here's Charles. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. And is there bad blood here? I mean, go for 2 when you're up that much?
If there wasn't before, there is now. When you do that, you've just announced to everyone, you just don't care about the other side at all. All you care about is what you're doing, and they just want to pile up points.
They did. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle defense getting set to go. They may have not played their best. Bottom line, I guess, though, they're going to get the win.
And that's all that counts when you really get down to it, winning the ball game. Do they want to do it with style? Do they want to do it with aplomb? Of course. The bottom line,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The 2015 Pro Bowler, Michael Bennett, in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Anunwa's got it. Complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Seahawks, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports.